Hello everyone, apologies I've been quiet for a bit. Now I'm having to give the BSA a bit of a rest for two reasons. One, my back is very painful due to an injury. I'm waiting for it to be sorted out, or maybe it'll even sort itself out by itself, who knows. Probably faster than waiting for the NHS, eh? Now the other reason is I am so sick of that gun, as I've said many times before. If it goes wrong one more time, it is going in the bin. Just put a log burner in the shed, so hey, maybe it'll end up in there. Now that's not fair. The varnish would probably damage the chimney, so yeah, we don't want to inflict that on the poor liner, do we? I mean the gun. Yeah, we've got to think about the gun. Anyway, yeah, let's stop waffling. Point to this review is the Remington Express Air Rifle. Budget gun. Is it just a fun little gun for starters? Or should people who, take their air gunning more seriously think about it? More importantly, what's it like after you do a few modifications? Well, this is my Remington Express Air Rifle. I've done a few modifications to it. I'm quite pleased with it. I liked it out of the box, to be honest with you. Nice little gun, lovely trigger, easy to cock, made good power for a 2.2 air rifle. I don't know about you, but I've yet to find a 2.2 break barrel air rifle that actually makes more than sort of 10.5 pound-foot. But yeah, what's it like? Well, let's have a quick walk around this particular one, and I'll show you a few of the features of the gun that I like, a few that I really don't like, give you a couple of pointers to look out for when you buy one, and then talk you through what I've actually done to this air rifle to make it better, in my opinion, and to make it my own. So, I've removed the back sight. They do come with a nice set of open sights as standard. They do work well if you don't want to put a scope on it straight away, you want it for kids for plinking, then they're not bad. It breaks reasonably easy, needs a little tap. Feature I really don't like is the ball catch retainer. I'd far rather there be the system shown on the BSAs where it's actually a catch. I just don't like the balls. I just don't think they hold it quite as securely, and that is evidence with this gun. When you fit a silencer on it, it does suffer from some barrel droop. Another feature that is a good and a bad thing, the barrel is nice and long. Now the standard gun comes with an open sight on the front. The back edge of it is plastic, quite sharp actually, does hurt your hand after repeated breaking and closing of the barrel. Best removed. I've replaced it with this. Now this is actually a 1/2-20 UNF adapter with a fancy little thread protector on it. Now I fitted an O-ring on this just to make sure that that whatever you've put on there doesn't come loose and start rattling while you're shooting, or worse yet, fly off, hit the pellet and the pellet come back at you, or at something else. We wouldn't want that, would we? There we go. This one is 2.2. Comes with the usual text all over it and the usual warning there, which we won't go through. They come with a little scope, a little 4x32 scope as standard. Nice little scope, not bad. Held 0. Impressive, really impressive. Let's face it, there's some much more expensive scopes that don't hold 0. Now, what I didn't like about the scope was the mounts it came with. Oh my goodness, what a load of rubbish. Sorry, SMK. For anybody in doubt, these guns are not made by Remington. They're made by China, and they're brought in by SMK. Made by China? Made in China. Brought into the country by SMK. I've replaced it with the almost inevitable Hawke scope. This one's a particularly nice little scope. Bought it kind of second hand, kind of not. But yeah, if you can, an inexpensive Hawke scope to go on it. I say inexpensive, okay, they are quite expensive. They're just nice scopes. I did have a Richter optic scope on it before. That was a nice scope, but it wouldn't parallax down below 30 yards. So that had to go. And I do prefer, scopes with adjustable parallax. Got the adjustable objective on this particular one. Side wheels are also a nice feature. One-piece mount as well. The almost inevitable Sportsmatch. Got to be Sportsmatch, let's face it. Safety catch on the Remington Express. Sets automatically. You can unset it, and using this lever you can reset the safety catch. Very, very good feature. I do like a resettable safety catch on a gun. I'm not a huge fan of automatic safeties, have to confess, but I do like a resettable safety catch. I mentioned about the trigger. As standard, it comes with a very nice trigger, has to be said. For a budget gun, or just any gun, the trigger is very good. I'd say it's better than the one on that BSA, infinitely better. I've replaced it with the Arc tuning trigger blade because it gives more adjustment, as you can see from the screws here. It's set further back, which means you're not quite stretching quite so far. Now that does bring me onto another thing about these guns, the length of pull. It's a bit like the opening sequence of Star Wars, really, where it just keeps on going and going and going and going. It's a big old gun. Big old gun. Let's steer clear of any sexist, what would you call superlatives about men's guns and, oh, they're getting excited about men's guns and all that rubbish. It's just a big gun. A gun for people with long arms. I'm sure you could get the old hacksaw out, chop the butt down, but why would you do that? Now, because I am particularly large, has to be said, I've actually fitted an adjustable butt pad on mine. This is a Bisley item. For less than £20 you get this item delivered to your door. That's not a plug for Bisley, I'm just really, really pleased with it. Very easy to fit. When I fit one on the BSA, I will do a video about it, but there are some excellent videos already out there on YouTube. If I'm feeling kind, I'll post a link to them in the description. Just a bit of time with a file, Sharpie, masking tape. And there you go, done. Oh, and a drill, because the holes are never in the right place and you don't want to be drilling extra holes in your stock. So, down to performance of the gun. Is it accurate? Yes. This gun is yet to be run in, really. She's already giving 1-inch groups at 25 yards. Now, for the price of the gun, you've got to admit that is impressive. So, the question is then, the Remington Express. Should you buy one if you're starting out and you want to buy your first air rifle? Yes. Should you buy one if you're more serious about shooting? Yes. Should you buy something like the BSA Lightning instead? Hell no. Should you consider the HW99S, which is the go-to gun that everybody raves about? Oh, I'd love to say yes. However, I have owned a HW99S. I didn't like it. Sorry, Viroc. I love you. I love your products, as you'll see later. But I just wasn't impressed. Really was not impressed. And I did end up selling the gun. Sorry, Viroc. Just didn't like it. Now, buying a Remington Express. Is there anything to look out for? Yes. Yes, there is. And that is the stock. This is my second Remington Express. The first one had to go back under warranty because the stock split in two places. It split here and here, following the grain. You can see the grain on this one is actually quite straight along the stock. On the other one, it was actually angled much further down, and it split down there. I've seen them split either side of the screws, forward screws. I've seen reports of that on Facebook. Now, what you will notice about these guns, because it was on both of mine and everyone I've seen, this side, the wood to metal fit, is really good, especially for something this cheap. On the other side, It looks like someone used their teeth to do it. I'm sorry, that is really not good enough. There's no need for that. If you can get it right this side, why can't you get it right this side? Now, my other first one also had filler here, and the checkering had sort of been hacked into it. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you even think about doing that? And the filler was red as well. I mean, come on. Very funny. So what am I saying to you? Am I saying snog, marry, avoid this gun? I'm saying snog it. I'm saying marry it. I'm saying play with it. Tune it. But don't mail order it. Wow. That was my foot on the floor. I'm very good at making those noises during these videos. I do apologise. So, yeah, what I'm saying is don't mail order it. There are some fantastic companies out there that mail order these. In fact, my first two did come mail order. And they replaced them, which is very, very good of them, I have to say. Much appreciated. But what I'm saying is go to a shop, because every gun shop has got these. Go to a shop, get it out the box, check it over, check that stock. Because if you read the instructions, you'll see splits in the stock are not covered by SMK's warranty. Because they think the only way the stock will split is if you have fired the gun, i.e. pulled the trigger, while the barrel is broken. And the barrel is flown back up, as it will with a spring gun, snapped back onto the action, sent a shockwave through the stock and snapped it. But my guns were proof that that did not happen. Sorry, my first gun, is proof that that did not happen. It was out like that out the box. So buy it by all means, but check it first. That's all I'm saying to you. And if you can fire the gun some at the shop, all the better, because you'll love it. Just when you get home, adjust the trigger slightly. Just one turn was all it took to get mine shooting really sweet on the trigger pull. Real lovely trigger pull. If you can, get the arc tuning trigger blade for it. Relatively simple DIY swap. Mine didn't quite go how he says it will go, but we got there in the end. Thank you very much to the gentleman there for helping me out with that over the phone. Much appreciated. And yeah, there we go. Brilliant gun. Brilliant gun. It gets my seal of approval. I'm not going to do a cheesy thumbs up, but you get the drift.